Before we had LabelTrace, we had to fill in the form, label the tubes in our own handwriting, and as everyone knows, doctors' handwriting isn't of the best. We have a very good lab at the hospital, and if there was any request where everything wasn't written out absolutely clearly, they wouldn't do the test and they'd send the sample tubes back and we'd have to repeat it again. Get the patient in, repeat the test, and of course that takes a long time. It takes up manpower and delays the diagnosis. And with urgent samples, of course, you don't want to start losing time like that. Another problem that has arisen is that when we fill out the request form, we may not put the same bits of information every time we do this for the same patient. And consequently, at the lab, they may find that they have to re-register the patient on their database so that the blood test results go into separate records for the same patient. In other words, they're duplicating patients, which means that when we receive the results here, it looks as if it's for a different patient, and we have to go in and manually change the patient's registration so that the results go into the right record. And that, of course, takes up a lot of time and is pretty annoying. Now, since we've had LabelTrace, of course, it's much easier to label the tubes clearly and concisely and match them up to the request form, so there's no problem about the match at the lab. Also, I've worked out that it saves us about 1.5 minutes every time we do a single request form and 2 tubes. If you're doing other investigations, like swabs, for instance, you've got more tubes and you may have more than one request form. So even more time is saved. I worked out again with our phlebotomists, if they're being saved 1.5 minutes every time they do a blood test, with 36 appointments a day, that's 54 minutes a day, nearly an hour. And we've got 3 phlebotomists, so you're actually saving 3 hours a day in phlebotomist time. Another thing I like about the machine is it's the only piece of kit I've got in this room that doesn't crash, doesn't hesitate, gives me what I want immediately. And I can't tell you what a lovely relief that is. So I can, without hesitation, recommend LabelTrace to other users. It's made a great difference, not only to me, but to the rest of our practice. And I'm delighted to recommend it.